What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. How do you know if you're on the right path? Good question. Check out today's post. Now, as you're looking at this, I want you to just leave me a comment and let me know what's the first thought that popped in your mind when you saw this image. The first thought. There's no right or wrong. What did God speak to your heart when you saw this image? That's what I want you to tell me in the comments. Again, no right or wrong. Check out the verse that I chose to connect with this image. And this is Matthew 7:13. It says, "Enter through the narrow gate, for wide is the gate and broad is the road that leads to destruction. And many enter through it." Many. Look at the image again. Look at the road where many are traveling. Sometimes it feels hard to be the one that feels like I'm the only one on this path. Everybody on your job talks with a vulgar tongue, but you don't. Everybody on your job, or even in your home, your family life, they're on a path that you know is not of God. And here you are, you're on the path that God has called you to, and you feel left out. You feel ostracized. You feel not accepted. It's going to happen. This is my advice to you. This is my nugget of wisdom for today. If you feel like you may be one of the few people doing it, you're probably doing the right thing. If you're trying to live for God and you feel like there's not a lot of people doing what I'm doing, you're probably doing the right thing. Because again, the road to destruction, the road to hell, the road to damnation, a lot of folks are on that road. So if you're doing something that is odd to others, strange to others, because you are following God, chasing after God, you're probably going in the right direction. But if you can look and you can see that the road you're on is flooded with folks with the same mindset, and you know, the Lord, if you really do love God, His Spirit is going to prick your heart when you aren't right with God. Even though you look around, you see everybody else is doing it. Everybody else is saying it. Everybody else is going. Everybody else is buying into it. But what if everybody else is wrong? So how do you know you're on the right path? You know you're on the right path because the Spirit will reveal to you you're on the right path. Whenever you have solitude like this, you find yourself alone like this is the best times for God to speak to you. Sometimes you can't hear God because you're in the crowd. Sometimes you can't hear God because all of your surroundings is flooded with all the world's things, the world's ideas, the world's views. And you need to get away and have a moment with Him so that He can show you, yes, you might be lonely sometimes on this path, but I will be with you always. Yes, you might get laughed at for taking this path, but I will lift you up. I will make sure those that laugh at you will never laugh again. They will come to know that you are the one that could laugh if you wanted to, but I don't want you to laugh at their calamity. I don't want you to laugh at their downfall. I want you to be heartbroken. I want you to have a contrite heart that you are watching people travel a path that you know leads to destruction, right? You keep walking straight and inviting others to walk with you. I'll say that again. You keep walking straight and invite others to walk with you. You can't force them to walk with you. You can invite them to walk with you. And you might pull a few off that path of destruction, but that's only if you're willing to walk the righteous path yourself. Walk the path in spite of what it feels like to be alone, because the Lord is telling us you're never alone. Just remember, if the path that you're on is flooded, you're probably on the wrong path. I pray that this makes sense. I pray that this encourages you. I pray that you will start being more intentional about paying attention to your surroundings, paying attention to the path you're on, paying attention to how do you fit into certain situations? Do you fit into every situation? Is it kind of strange that you're at this event, that you're at this party? They look like, whoa, what's he doing here? If that's the case, they recognize something in you. One of the things that I have learned to honor, right? I don't use profanity, okay? Not judging you if you do, I just don't use profanity. When a person uses profanity in my presence, and then they apologize. I'm so sorry. My bad. Forgive me. Now, the one that I don't take seriously is excuse my French. That ain't French. All right. That is not French. And that is usually spoken sarcastically. But when they go, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that in front of you. To me, I honor the fact that you recognize that I have God in my heart and I don't want to hear that language. I don't use it. I don't necessarily like being around it. Right. But at the same time, it's not enough for them to choose to not use it yet. So I love you in spite of your choice of language, in hopes that one day, maybe, just maybe, you too will recognize that the language you're using could be ruining your ability to be a witness to others. And maybe you'll come off that path of poor language and start walking a path of righteous talk. Maybe, right? This was just an example to show you how when we walk a righteous path, people recognize it and they might just come walk with us. And I hope you'll keep walking with me. All right. Before you leave me, don't forget, make sure you leave that comment. Let me know what was your first thought when you saw the image. Make sure you watch it, share it, and live it. Now let's get busy living the life. God bless you.